David Calvert coming your way with another Monday Marriage Minute. We've been talking about forgiveness. In particular, we've been talking about what forgiveness is not. The first week, we said that forgiveness is not for the other person. It's for me. It's for my own mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being to let go of the bitterness, the anger, to not hold a grudge, to let the offense go, which is what forgiveness means. We'll talk about that more next week, what forgiveness really is. So it's for my own good to forgive. It's not for the other person. It's not based upon whether or not they deserve it, whether they want it, whether they ask for it, demand it, whatever. It has nothing to do with the other person. I can even choose to forgive if the other person has never acknowledged that they've done wrong or they haven't asked me to forgive them. I do that for me. Last week we talked about that forgiveness is not the same as trust. Forgiveness is given, something I choose to give. Trust has to be earned. The other person has to demonstrate that they are not going to continue to hurt me. And that leads nicely into the third thing we're going to say about what forgiveness is not. And that is that forgiveness is not the same thing as reconciliation or restoration of the relationship. That will depend a lot upon whether the other person shows that they are trustworthy, that they are demonstrating, if you will, repentance or a change in behavior and attitude. If they're not demonstrating that, then it may be that the relationship will stay strained. It may be that I may need to set some boundaries. It may even be that I may choose not to continue in that relationship because it's not good for me. So that's a separate decision from forgiveness. Sometimes the person who has offended the other, especially in a marriage situation, will demand that the other person forgive them. And what they mean by that is they want back in. They want back in the relationship. And it may or may not be time to do that. So if you're struggling with the whole process of forgiveness or a strained relationship, if you're struggling in your marriage relationship, I hope you'll reach out to me. You can find out more about me on my website, davidcalvertlpc.com. Until next time, this has been Monday Marriage Minute. God bless. We'll see you next week.